You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another anime review, and I'm finally getting around to reviewing Black Butler Book of Circus. Now, Book of Circus is the third season of Black Butler, and it was the first one that I watched while it was coming out. I watched each of these episodes as they aired, so the first time I saw it subbed. And I, of course, have watched it subbed for this watch-through as well. I believe I've watched it dubbed at one point, as I have with all of them, I'm pretty sure. Now, what sets Book of Circus apart from the first two seasons is Book of Circus picks up where the manga and anime delineate. While technically there were some other things that diverged from the manga prior to the Curry Festival and even during the Curry Festival, Book of Circus picks up right after the Curry Festival because that was the last manga arc adapted in Season 1 before it was completely original. So as such, it obviously has no connection to Season 2 or the second half of Season 1. Interestingly, though, there are some things that were introduced in Season 2 that would also be introduced or reused in this. From what I understand, the creator had her hands in the creation of Season 2, even though it was original, so there was some things that got carried over. For instance, Aberline, his brother, who took his place in Season 2 and had the facial hair. Well, it's not his brother, because Aberline didn't die in this continuity. He does have the design that his brother had in Season 2 in this season. And the new Grim Reaper, who is training under Grell, appears in this season as well. He was introduced in Season 2, as well as the Undertaker being a Grim Reaper was introduced in Season 2. And that, of course, carries over here and in Book of Atlantic. So there were still some things that were carried over, and it's not just with Season 2, some of the stuff from Season 1. For instance, the Hope Diamond arc has a lot of similarities to this arc, with children going missing. The villain in that arc is very similar to Joker in this arc. Unlike Season 1, or even to a lesser extent Season 2, this is strictly one arc. Season 2 is really only one arc, but there are some mini-arcs in it. Whereas this is strictly one solid arc. And it's my personal second favorite story arc, second only to Jack the Ripper. And then third would be the Hope Diamond arc, which again has a lot of similarities with this one, so naturally there's a lot of things I like about this one. It's also one of the darkest seasons of the show, which is something I really, really like about it. So what Book of Circus is about is a circus called the Noah's Ark Circus that's going around and children go missing in every town that it shows up in. Spoiler alert, but the circus is of course the ones kidnapping the children to train them to be performers. And many children die because they're put through all this horrible shit to make them train for it. Also, the guy who runs this circus, not Joker himself, but their quote-unquote father who owns this orphanage, is connected to that cult that tortured CL and killed his parents, so there's a little bit of a connection there. But he wasn't there the night CL was tortured, so he sort of recreates it with a lot of other children when he brings them in. So he's a really fucked up old guy that kidnaps all these children and puts them through hell and makes them perform in these really dangerous circus acts. So to investigate, Sebastian and CL go undercover and join this circus. They meet this cast of characters that all perform for the circus and investigate the mystery, ultimately leading up to them finding the creepy old man and taking him out. In addition to killing every single member of that circus, with the exception of Snake, who I thought that they teamed up with him in this arc, but I guess it's Book of Murder that has Snake come back because they lie to Snake and tell him that they'll help him. It's either they tell him they're going to help him get revenge or help him find his friends who left him, or they tell him his friends left him. Either way, they killed all of his friends and then manipulate him into becoming one of CL's pawns in the later arcs. Something I really like about this arc is that all of the villains, even though they do really fucked up shit, it does make you sympathize with them because they have like a really shitty past, and they themselves were also kidnapped and taken in. And it's really sad and fucked up that, you know, these guys are in this circus, but they are also kidnapping children and taking them to this old man who puts them through hell, killing many of them. And CL mercilessly killing them all is pretty cool. Or rather, having Sebastian mercilessly kill them all. Unfortunately, you don't see Doll's death. I think that would have been the coolest one to have seen, just because she kind of had a connection to CL, because she was like his bunkmate when they were in the circus. But that's one of the reasons it's dark, is because the whole kidnapping children and having them perform, and, you know, CL killing all of them, and then using the one surviving one as a pawn. But not only that, but the orphans that they find in the old man's mansion, they just fucking torch it and kill them all because CL says that basically they can't be fixed. And I remember that ending really sticking with me the first time I watched it, which is one of the reasons I love this arc so much, because that ending is just so fucking dark. Like, Ciel just kills all of these innocent children, or, again, he has Sebastian do it, but he orders Sebastian to kill all of these innocent children who were kidnapped by this circus. Like, it's really fucked up. Another thing that does carry over is the Phantom Hive servants being super soldiers, which I'm pretty sure in the anime was done in some of the later parts that were original, but it was obviously in the manga too. So obviously it's good that that is in both continuities. They wipe out a good chunk of the circus people who raid the Phantom Hive mansion as well. They kill all the ones that go there. And then Grell's there, because of course he is. So, you know, this season has a lot of stuff going for it that makes it really enjoyable and makes it one of my favorite arcs. So that said, as you can tell, I like this one. This season's only 10 episodes as opposed to the 12 for Season 2 and the 24 for Season 1. This was followed by Book of Murder, which is the next one I'll review, God knows when, but that's only 2 OVAs, so it shouldn't take as long for me to watch through it this time. Keep in mind, I've been watching it with my brother this time, so that's part of the reason. When I watch something with someone, gotta find time for both of us to watch it. But yeah, Book of Circus is great. It basically just takes the story back in the direction where the manga and anime parted ways. Again, with a few exceptions, because obviously there were some plot points that were in the canon arcs that were adapted that weren't in the manga. So you kind of gotta disregard some of that. But nevertheless, it is a really good third season, and again, it has nothing to do with Season 2. But it's my second favorite arc. I really love this arc, and I look forward to watching the new ones once we finish Book of Murder and Book of Atlantic. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about Black Butler Book of Circus. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one. Toodles.